This is Gary from Pixami, here with a demonstration of the new features in Yearbook Pro for the 23 to 24 season. We've been talking about this release now for months, and I am really excited to show this one off. In my opinion, it's one of the most important updates Pixami's made in years. This new version contains big leaps in technology, functionality that should really streamline the design process for our users. It'll give Pixami customers a unique feature advantage in the marketplace over just about every other yearbook software. So I'll be showing a beta version of the software. It's feature complete. We're in the final tweaking and testing stages right now. We are on schedule. You may see some minor issues here and there. I may or may not point them out, but I didn't want to wait any longer to start showing it. We're so close. So feel free to share this video with your customers, Pixami users. It's posted publicly on our YouTube channel. We're getting pretty close, so it's time to just let people know what's coming. And finally, for privacy reasons, I will be blurring out live student test images in the demo for now. You'll be able to understand the functionality in detail. So with that said, let's just jump right into it. And this is Yearbook Pro, kind of a sneak peek of the new functionality for the 23 to 24 season. Let's start by taking a look at the new activity page in Yearbook Pro. This is the main dashboard, and this is the page that you see immediately after login. First thing you're going to notice is that we have a new updated, more colorful, brighter look and feel for Yearbook Pro this year. A little more clean, a little more contemporary, allowed us to reorganize things a little bit, primarily on the activity page to fit some additional functionality. This look and feel carries over into the other Pixami products like Essentials as well. Also important to note, we didn't change navigation, and so the workflow is the same. You know, a couple things are in a little bit different places and so forth, but overall you should be able to jump right in the software and navigate throughout it just as you're already familiar with. One navigation change you will see over here on the left is we have access to all the main pages of the software. So activity page, yearbook ladder page, photos page, manage users page, sales page, and advisor configure. These are the same buttons that were previously right along the top. This is the biggest change to the software. And then secondly, we also have links that allow you to go to specific pages in the software now. So if you want to jump right in, log in, work on your clip art, this will take you right there. Okay, to the right we have a book preview. This has always been a part of the software. It was in the same location in the previous version as well. Just allows you quick access to a big flip-through preview of the book. Down below that, we have progress. Again, same as before. We changed out these graphics a little bit, primarily to save space. This gives you overall progress of the inside pages of the book as well as the cover of the book. Down below this, we have portrait and candid coverage. And so this was a feature of a previous software version that we've expanded on pretty dramatically, and I'll talk about it as we go through this today. Essentially, what we can see is the number of portraits uploaded and the number of candids that have been uploaded, and then I can see usage, so how many were actually used. The report, which unfortunately isn't quite hooked up in this version, but will be available shortly, report will list all students alphabetically, the number of times that one of their photos appear in the book, and a list of all the page numbers that their photos appear in the book. And this will be automatic, and you'll be able to sort. And so the whole idea of the coverage report initially is to be able to just manage student equity so that you can have a more even representation of students throughout the yearbook. Okay, so that's a big part of the release this year. And as we talk about this going forward, you'll see that the coverage report has all kinds of really cool future implications for the software. Okay, next up is a calendar. This is also a brand new feature in the software. There's two types of events in the calendar. So first up here, we have advisor-controlled events. And so the whole idea of having a calendar in the software is for the advisor to be able to manage the yearbook more like a project. So I can create a new event and put it in the calendar, and this week's events and today's events will show up here when I log into the yearbook software. And so things like, yearbook tasks. ladder reviews, photo shoots, things like that, as well as school events, football games, academic events that should be part of the yearbook. And so, really, it's a way to get people to focus on the yearbook more as a project and have the software kind of take charge a little bit more of the project. The second part of the calendar, which is on admin, allows Pixami admins to create your own events in the calendar. Due dates are automatic. So, for example, if a book due date or a section due date, those automatically show up in the calendar. You can also have marketing due dates. For example, send out marketing emails, start selling your book, and things like that. Along with this calendar feature is a Yearbook Marketing 101 guide that has some example events and how to use it. And it has, based on kind of best practices from a bunch of Pixami's customers, it has some of the main topics in a guide for using this. This is a feature that I'm pretty excited about, and I'd love to hear how people use this. Tons of opportunity for expansion, obviously, down the road with a lot of this stuff. And so I'm excited to see how you guys integrate this one into the project this year. Down below that, we have an activity log. This hasn't changed. Just give you a quick snapshot of everybody that's logged to the book and when. And then to the right, we have a brand new support section. Pixami fields a lot of phone calls and emails from advisors, from students, and so forth that just don't know exactly where to go for support. So this is just a way to kind of clear up any confusion. And so you, as admins, have the ability to put your email and phone support contact information in the software and admin, and it's right there on the front page for anybody that needs to contact you. So just a much more concise way to tell customers where to go for support. We also have a knowledge base link down here. There's a new knowledge base as part of the software. Let me see if I can pull up an example of it here real quick. We have a brand new knowledge base. This is also, of course, a work in progress. But what you'll see, a couple things. The knowledge base is intended to be public. Okay, and so I'm very happy with having your schools linked directly from the software into the knowledge base this year. And so it will answer lots and lots of questions. It'll be a lot more visual. We've got 40 pages of content that's going into it right now, along with all the user guides and everything for the new software. You'll notice it's not specifically Pixami branded. I'm intentionally trying to make it as generic as possible with the goal that you can drive your students here or your students, your schools, your advisors to be able to get their questions answered before they contact you. And so we'll be putting a lot of focus on this throughout this season, and we'll be updating it with all the most popular topics, concerns, and tutorials and things like that. Okay, and so again, that's a feature that you can turn on or off in the software. If you have your own support option, this can be disabled in the software. Okay, over to the right now, we have the message box. This has always been here. I like to talk about it because I think it's an important feature. I want to make sure everybody's using it. We made it big and bright and yellow this year, like a big post-it note. If I click edit here, me as an advisor, I can add a note into the software. Okay, and so I can update this anytime, assignments to students, office hours, whatever I want. Down below the line in the message box is an admin message. You as Pixami admins can message out to any and all of your schools here using this feature here. This can be changed by the advisors or by admins at any time. And for admins, you can post the message to all of your sites or any individual site. Okay. So I believe that covers it for the new activity page, brandable up here, like always. Okay, and so next, let's go into the yearbook ladder page. And so for the yearbook ladder page, again, you'll see primarily it's a look and feel update. You'll see it looks a lot more clean, contemporary. We've got bigger thumbnails over here on the right-hand side. Minor ladder changes, but again, it's all Pixami. It should be very, very familiar to all of our customers that are already using the software. Let's check out a section so you can take a look at the editor real quick. Not a lot of major functional changes in the editor, but again, a big look and feel change. Clean, contemporary, overall brighter. There will be at launch 10 new themes in the software, a combination of high school, middle school, and elementary school. There will also be an update to a lot of the old content, 250 brand new Google fonts to replace the old font set. There's a lot of overlap in some of the existing, older, more popular fonts as well, and a whole bunch of other stuff, a whole bunch of elements and things like that that will come along with it. Okay, so that's essentially the editor will just come out of here and we will come back to the photos page. And the photos page is where we have a lot of updated functionality this year. And we'll start out by taking a look at candids, and I'll just go into some stock photos that I have here. Okay, and so first off, I want to show you the editor. And so I'll go ahead and just grab one of these photos and click on edit. And we have a pretty substantial update to the image editor this year. And so basically what you have is the image that I selected, and the thumbnail over here updates live to show the results of the certain features. So flip vertically. This is what it will do. I have undo and reset down here. All of the basic features here, transform, auto fix, brightness and contrast. For brightness and contrast, I can go lighter, 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 darker, darker. Contrast works the same way. For effects, we have all kinds of different special effects built in here, again, with the same type of UI. And then we also have a new colorize feature that has a big variety of duotones. Okay, so some pretty cool stuff in here. One that's not showing yet is edges. There will be a ton of new edge effects in here, all kinds of frames and things like that coming up with the new release as well. Okay, so that's the editor you can save. Go ahead and save a new version with your changes. It'll save it to your contact sheet. Okay. Next thing that we'll look at, and biggest kind of grand finale of the new software, is face matching. And so Pixami integrated this year face matching technology. And basically what happens is customer schools upload the portraits. And the face matching technology is running on the server, and it cycles through all the portraits overnight and maps all of the images and assigns the map of the face to the name that we've already been provided. Okay, next up, again, overnight, it cycles through all of the candids that have been uploaded and matches the portraits to the faces in the candid images. Okay, and so as we look at this contact sheet of candid images, you can see this little icon. And if I mouse over the icon, it tells me the number of faces that I have in the images. Okay, if I go ahead and click on a preview of this image, you can see each image has a green box over it. And then when you mouse over the green box, it shows you the matching portrait and then a confidence level. Okay, so green means that we're confident the image is the correct person. You can also confirm, you can edit, change the name of that person if you want to. Okay, the accuracy is astounding, and it's going to save a ton and ton of time. If you look at this image here, you'll see that we already have all of these candidates automatically named. There's one person here, he's got a hood on. It doesn't recognize him. So again, you can come in and edit it, and you can change the name. Okay, so that's the face matching technology. One of the most important things that I want to say about this is that it's inherent in the software. Okay, there's no button to turn this on or anything else. All Pixami software is going to have this going forward, just like your phone. If we have a reference, we know who the images are and we can organize them accordingly. This, along with coverage report that I discussed earlier, is really going to be a game changer in yearbooks. It's going to make things a lot simpler. It's going to make the yearbook more accurate, and it's also going to allow you a lot more opportunity in easy caption development and so forth. Down the road, we'll talk about how we can tie all of this into sales and marketing of the yearbook as well. But we're real excited about this, and I think that this is going to be a really amazing step forward for a lot of our customers this year, and it should really streamline the yearbook process. Okay, and so that's face matching, and I'm going to put out a lot more information about this as we go. But hopefully, this is enough to get you familiar with what's coming. Next thing I'll show you on photos, also thanks to face matching technology, is we now have a search feature for candids. And so I can click on search. I can start to type the first few letters of a person's first or last name. It'll pull them up from the list. I can locate the student, click search, and I can find all of their candidates. And we can do this with portraits as well. So again, really cool feature that is just super useful in terms of building the yearbook. Okay, the last final thing on candids, nothing I can show you here, but I'm happy to announce that we'll be supporting HEIC file upload from Apple devices for this year as well. So there shouldn't be any more issues with HEIC files. And with that, I think that covers it for the new release. As always, there are a ton of minor feature enhancements, bug fixes, and things like that. I hope you guys are excited about this one as I am. I personally think it's going to be a game changer, and I can't wait to get it out into your hands and hear what people think about it. So, again, thank you for your time. This is Gary Wood. Enjoy the rest of your day, and looking forward to grade 23 to 24 season. Thanks a lot.